Good morning, everyone. Welcome to, what day is it today? Thursday.
Thursday,
Freaky Thursday.
April the 24th, 2025. Okay.
Welcome to CME Traveling's Daily Coffee Talk. I'm Marsha, and that's Curt. And today we're going to talk a little bit about the private island, Ocean Key, Ocean Cay, depends on which way you want to say it. And we still have so much more to talk about our MSC adventure on World America. But I wanted to touch on this a little bit because I've seen a lot of news about the new Little Key. I just want you to know they stole that name from me. You know, I call everything little, and they took the name Little Key from me.
You know, they do have a little key place. It's down in Honduras.
That has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. They named that island. They stole my words, and they named that island.
Okay. So they
Just saying
stole
that.
her words?
Yeah, stole my words.
Marsha's words, yeah.
So the question of the day, I'm going to jump right in it before we say good morning so that y'all can be answering. And I know I didn't put everything in there. You can only get 4 answers in there. So tell me what the good answers are. So let's talk about it. You've got this private island. Doesn't matter if it's Royal, if it's MSC, if it's...
For where we just went to, MSC is building on.
I wasn't going to get to that yet.
No. I'm just talking about the island that's already there. Ocean Key.
Yes. They're going to build more. I was going to get to that.
Oh,
if you
we didn't talk much.
Yeah, if you shoot, Curt. Excuse me. All right, let's try this over again. If you have a if you have a private island, doesn't matter what brand, what would be on it? What could they put on it that you would be like, oh my gosh, now it's perfect? So Ocean Key has a lighthouse. It has several bars. It has 2 buffets now. It only used to have 1 buffet. It now has 2. It does have transportation around the island on little golf carts, or you can walk. And it's not a bad walk. It really isn't. I did it this last time, and if I could do it,
well, we didn't walk all the way across.
I didn't
either.
walk like I did. I went all the way from one end to the other.
No, we didn't go over.
I didn't do the circle. Okay, I'm just
there's a couple of little ends we didn't go to.
So while we're out there and we're videotaping, we're taking pictures, we're doing all this fun stuff, and they've added so much. They're getting ready to do like they have touch tanks. They're going to let you walk through and look and explore the ocean.
Well, it is a what do you call that?
It's a preserve. It's an ocean preserve. They're trying to preserve the coral, and I give them kudos for doing something like that. In the middle of the ocean like that. They cleaned up an island, they took all the scrap off of it and all the trash off of it, and made it a beautiful island. And guess what I saw? A building. Saw a building, which means they're going to put more stuff in there. They didn't say what the building was going to be, but there's going to be even more stuff to do on there. Now, I do like the fact that the island is natural, and I would like for them to keep it that way as much as possible, but plus a lazy river. I mean, I'm just throwing the lazy river in there. I really would like to see a lazy river. Anyway. Also, during our stay there, we noticed they were building a new island. And there have been talks about that in the news, about the new island, Little Key.
There's a lot of folks that are wrong, because I talked to an officer who told me what he knows. And this little, let me show you a little, I'll show you, it'll take up the full screen, but let me show you the picture.
Beautiful. And guess where that came from?
Those are big trucks and a huge building back in here.
I don't know if you can see that, but there are trucks on that.
Yeah, that is being made by MSC. Also, real quick, once it's made, it will be, I guess, incorporated or whatever, but it will become a Bahama island. So they can add, like if they have 1,000, now they can say they have 1,001. But no matter what, even if you build your own island,
it's still the Bahamas.
It's still the Bahamas. But MSC is one of the only ones that actually paid to purchase. They do not lease.
They purchased it.
They purchased their own Ocean Key. And but the gentleman told me that there's people saying that there's going to be a yacht club type of place out there. He said no. He said that. Hotel, as a lot of folks are saying, no, there's no hotel. But he said MSC's just what they got in store ahead will, you know.
What I thought was cool is, you know how they made it? From the dirt and sand and stuff that they dredged out to put the, to be able to back that beautiful aft up in the Ocean Key area. So when they dredged that area and they got all that sand and the stuff out and they had to put it somewhere, right, they basically built an island with it, which is really cool. And so I know that there are also several other you know, cruise lines that are doing new things with islands. So if you were to get off the ship and walk out and see blank, whatever blank is, what would make you happy and what would make that ship, I mean that island, perfect?
I personally like Ocean Key the way it is.
I
And
do
yeah,
too.
I would like to have a lazy river, but you know what? I was on one just days before, so I got my feel of a lazy river, and
I would like
I'm
a
good.
lazy river that took us all the way around the island so I didn't have to walk. I'm just throwing
Get
it
off
in.
at points.
If you
Well, that kind of how it was. You know, they had little
they
exit
did.
points when we were there
At
in
the-
Puerto Plata.
Yeah, that was a great lazy river because you could get off at different areas.
I think someone, I don't know who it was, but I thought someone told me that little lazy river they have there was saltwater.
I didn't
don't
taste
know who
it.
told me.
You stuck your head in it a couple of times, Kurt. What did it taste like?
I don't know. I didn't really get the taste.
Let's
but
say good morning to people. Now let me get to my question because
okay.
you didn't let me get to my
I'm so
question. You
sorry.
interrupted me, messed up my mind. You know it's small and I can't. It's hard for me
I don't
to
know about
think.
small, but I mean,
What should be on the private island? Okay.
the cruise line's private island to make it perfect. The choices are a pool with a swim-up bar. I could really go for that. A lazy river. I'll take the lazy river first. Plenty of free shade.
Because
Specialty dining actually on the island
that's
would be
free.
a choice also.
Like
Plenty-
a little specialty free dining area.
all three of those are good. Specialty
There's
dining
four.
specialty dining could go on, but you know, the trees and stuff on Ocean Key are very young. They are growing, but they even, you know, a lot of them charge for umbrellas and stuff like that. Excuse me.
They do. They charge for umbrellas.
And then they have one area where it's first come first serve.
That does have umbrellas and chairs and stuff, but
And
there are days that you can't even open the umbrellas.
wind-wise.
When we went, it was so windy they couldn't use the umbrellas anyway.
But it still was a beautiful
it
sunny
was still
day.
a beautiful day.
I think those kite type of things that they put out wouldn't be bad to put them in place.
In some areas.
Maybe. But you know, for the way Ocean Key is, it's still my favorite that I've been to.
I like the natural
and,
beauty. I do.
Yeah. But
Plus a lazy river.
yeah, I'm assuming here for what I see here would be a lazy river.
Everybody likes lazy
and
river.
number one is, you know, if you put a swim up bar, people pee in it.
Do you think that people don't pee in a lazy river?
Not as much.
I mean, they call it lazy river people.
I mean, there's a lot of beer
lazy
drinkers.
people river.
You know, liquor drinker and beer drinker. Beer drinkers, they throw them back a lot more, and beer runs
Oh,
through
so
you a lot
you think
faster.
only people that do the swim
No, I didn't
bar?
say that. You're putting words in my mouth.
Well, you said
It's
it.
such a
I'm just saying.
female
Okay.
thing to do.
I will beat you today, Kurt. Okay, let's say good morning.
All right, let's say good morning to some
Good
folks.
morning.
All right, let me tell you, right there he is, John Gaylor. Thank you so much for being in here.
Morning, John.
Cruising is fun anytime. Thank you for
Morning.
being with
Good
us.
morning.
Bone Tired
Morning, Denise.
Travelers. And we have in here Scott McNeil.
Hey, Scott.
Clock Family
Hey, Clock.
Adventures. Hope you're doing very well. He was feeling under the weather.
Yeah, hope you're feeling better.
Hope you're feeling a lot better. Also, guys, I just meant to say it was very good getting to see Jimmy this morning over
it
on
was.
Eddie Lugo Studios.
Yeah.
That is the astute tourist. I enjoyed getting to see him and listen.
Yeah.
Good job, Eddie, on having him on there and everything. And,
Scott
and
with
good to see you, Jimmy.
Controversial Cruising. Good morning.
Danny D, the spectacular
Hello.
supporter. New Horizons Above and Beyond
Hello.
is in here with us. Bama Nolan, PK Adventure Travels.
Good
I'm
morning.
going through these fast today.
Kathy Mills. Good morning.
Controversial Cruising.
Bam,
Yeah,
no.
yesterday because it took us a little bit.
Well, that was you because you did it by yourself yesterday.
Well, I only had 13 minutes to work with.
That's true. That is true. Hey, well, hi, Travels with Chris. Good morning.
Good morning. And unless they comment, let's see. Yes, the damn it doll. Yeah, it got brought out. It might get
You know,
trashed.
when you're on a roll and you've got all these things you want to say, and then somebody interrupts you midway, and then you lose everything.
Hello. Right here's a channel y'all need to check out.
Veronica
Great
Ferris,
motivation,
good
everything.
morning. How you doing?
Casino buddies. Hey,
Yeah.
Veronica, we done really
did
good
pretty
at the
good.
casino on the MSC.
We will be talking about
Signature Casino. We will talk about that, and we will have pictures
and videos. Videos of the ching
All right,
ching.
so right here, it's a couple of folks. It's a cruise
It's
life.
a cruise
There you
life.
go. Well,
All right.
Do you want me to show it?
Yeah, look at
All
what
right.
we got from It's Cruise Life. Spicy chocolate.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank
now
you so
that
much.
came from Lisa.
Lisa and Pete. Pete was
Pete.
part
Yes,
of it.
Yes, I know.
And
Anytime.
then we went to Ocean Cay. Curt got to do what? Curt got to go up in the lighthouse
Waiting for her.
and take pictures and video. Almost didn't make it because he was slow getting his move on and went
Well, I had
zigged
I had a
instead of
choice.
zagged.
I had a choice to do something else, and I almost did something else and missed out. And
And he would've
either
missed
one
out.
of them were great for the channel, so I chose one, and then I turned around and I'm like, yeah,
Anyway,
yeah.
he did make it to the tower.
I was the last one, and I told the lady, I said, she said, you done missed the. They talked to him for like 15 minutes before they went up.
He was like, I don't care. I've done that.
I've done
spill
this 3
before.
times. I
just want video footage.
Yeah, that's what I wanted.
So
Love the lighthouse.
I highly recommend that if you've never done Ocean Cay and it's your first time going, get up in there in that lighthouse and take a look around.
And I
Number
really-
one, they give you some great information about the island.
Full
Unless you're
info.
Mike Clock, and then
Yeah,
they're
if you
just
take
like,
clock with you, they're not
don't
going to give you
take clock
crap.
with you because they're not going to tell you anything. But normally on the good days, they tell you a lot about the island, how it was built, where it
history
started, all the history of it, what's coming up, those kind of things.
Really, there's only a small portion that is truly an original island.
Right.
That's also something that she told again, the lady did, and it was very informative. But if you're a vlogger, you really should go up in there and get some of that video.
And I missed out because I didn't go up there. I was checking.
You didn't miss out. Your knee was already tweaking.
Yeah.
Anthony Simone, hello.
Good morning. And Sharon and Jackson, good morning. Good morning.
Let's see. They have rivers that allow you to get off at many locations. Yes.
John.
Hey. Right after we go off here, you can jump over there to Jen.Cohen to level up and see what's going on. I will beat you today. All right.
Y'all know how it is in the mornings. And I have been working till some long hours trying to catch up on everything I got to get done. And my brain's small today.
Thank you very much, Will G.
Will G.
This is from...
Actually, it's Will.
Will.
We're cutting the G off.
I didn't say...
You said Will G.
Did I? Okay, this is from
Coffee.
Colombia,
Colombian coffee.
South America. Those that don't know, not the other ones. All right, Sea Tripping with Kim and Scott. Thanks for being with us this morning.
Kim
Good morning,
and Scott
Mom.
on there with us too. Hey, Mama. How you doing?
I'm at the bottom, so I'm good.
And can I tell you, they're amazing. They do great videos, Kim and Scott do. I've been watching their stuff and been a little jealous of how, number one, active they are and how much they got.
Yeah.
Because Curt and I
They do
did
a very
not.
good job.
I'm really disappointed
He got a good
Bruce
picture
and
of us
Cindy
all.
aren't in here this morning because I was going to talk smack about them. I will wait till either they get in here or they show up the next day and talk smack about them because I don't like talking smack about people unless they're actually in here. So I will do
So
that.
I have one more. I have other stuff to show y'all, but this duck, Embarkation Nation. I know they're not in
They
here,
let
but
us
I have
pick our
weighed.
own duck out too, and each one was unique.
Yes, it was. I think this is a great
Idea.
thought to do. But you can see MSC World America, the inaugural
Cruise.
Yeah. So.
And speaking of ducks, let's talk about ducks a little bit. Let's talk about ducks.
What about your subject?
I'm going to get back to that. We went to the spa, which we'll talk about it another day. Came back out, and I saw a duck, and I got so excited. I was like, Curt, I can't reach the duck. Reach it. And I don't know what I was thinking. I've got longer arms than Curt does. I can reach the duck better. He reached up, his finger popped the duck, knocked it back behind the little cubby that it was sitting on top of.
It wasn't a door.
Nobody
or
will find that duck until they refurbish that ship. But I did see
it. It wasn't a door. What was it? It was like a little bump out on the wall.
Yeah, it was like a little piece on the wall.
Down back in behind there.
And nobody will find that ever.
Yes, guys, Bone Tire, Denise, and
it is
Vicky,
beautiful.
I love this duck.
And it's not heavy. It's not a heavy duck. And the coloration that they did on this one. Every duck was different, but I love it reminded me of like y'all probably gonna think I'm crazy, but it reminded me of Red Rock. All the lines and colors of the duck reminded me of like the rocks that you see in mountains and stuff where it's got all the different colors.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
that threw me off there too.
Good morning, Foodies Vacations. Thanks for being here.
Yes, and MSC didn't even do anything like that. What
did we?
What did they not do?
Yeah, help us out because we talked.
Oh, you mean like anything for the inaugural? No.
I'm sorry, Will. We were disappointed by that.
I don't know, but
my clock gets off of Icon with like handfuls.
Yeah, I don't. Like I said, I think MSC is adapting.
Hey,
and
Moonlight.
Maybe in the future.
They got to do better than that, though.
Yeah, they should do better because a lot of loyal folks go on these inaugurals.
I think Josh said it best. Even if you had some inaugural stuff for sale on the ship.
Oh yeah, it would have sold.
It would have sold. I would have bought it.
Yeah.
I would have bought something that said inaugural. Nothing. There was nothing on there that you could purchase or that you got free or anything that said inaugural. And I'm going to say this again. We were, and I dare you to say differently, we were the inaugural cruising. We were the people that paid for the first cruise out of there.
I have this that I kept because I walked up there. I
have
my ticket for the excursion to do the lighthouse.
He left it in the room.
Yeah, she said, you don't have your ticket? You have to sign a waiver. I was like, okay.
I'll sign a waiver.
But anyway, so I did, that.
I didn't make it to the lighthouse bar this time.
We do have some other stuff to show y'all.
We will be showing you soon.
We'll show you some more. Yeah. And gradually, I try to wait till some of the folks are in here.
Yeah.
And that way I show it. But I couldn't wait to show the duck. I like the duck.
Right. Not even a T-shirt to buy. Can I tell you, we would have walked
out
there.
Well, it also could be that, that the other folks are a little spoiled. That's how I look at it too. Huh? I mean, I like it, but if I never got it, I don't know no better.
See, Tripp and Kim and Scott said on the Icon inaugural, there was a line outside the shop every morning as they released the new items every morning.
Yeah, they did.
How smart is
that?
They missed an opportunity by far. Anything that said the word inaugural for 2025, anything like that would have said that we were the first ones on there. But I feel like they downplayed us because we weren't on there with Drew Barrymore and Orlando Bloom. And I think they should have stayed on the ship for us because we were the inaugural. And I would have loved to sit on the swing with Orlando Bloom. I'm just saying.
Okay.
I just would have. You could have said hi to Drew while I was talking to him.
Yeah.
Hey,
good
look
to see
who
you
it is, Paul. Good
PSV Odyssey
morning.
driving
Thanks
and
for being here this morning. PSV
yes,
Odyssey.
Such an opportunity missed right there.
Money. Bunches of money missed there. And we looked and there was nothing. There was just nothing.
Maybe they gave the free stuff to the yacht club people. The yacht club they do get a few things. They get a bag or something like that.
I'm gonna tell you the best.
You pay for it if you're in yacht club.
I don't care what anybody tells you. The best gift they could have given me was one of those diffusers. We didn't even get a diffuser.
Yeah, I know. I think Lori even got a diffuser. Journey with the Gingers got some free stuff.
Yeah, and we didn't.
And she wasn't. That's before she was even. Do you know they don't give them to the yacht club people? I read that.
Oh.
Yes, there was a write-up that yacht club people don't get the diffusers.
That's so sad. Because can I tell you?
It's that or we can't say it right. It's like Oreo.
Oreo. And it's not Aurora like we always say, because we always say everything wrong. You can
Trust
pretty much
me.
guarantee if we say it, it's the wrong way to say it. It's Oreo.
It's,
like Oreo, but Orea.
Guest relations.
They
and she's
corrected
Italian,
us.
and she told us
said,
the correct
no.
way.
No, you're saying it all wrong. I was
So
like, you do
we
realize
did
we're
not-
Southern American
like-
people, right? That's just the way
Yeah.
we're going to say it. So.
Yeah.
But the Wonderful Life Travels, good morning. They saved me a lot of money not having much for sale. They did, us too.
They got a point. You got a great point there.
But did you know that when you, on MSC, when you purchase stuff on board and when you make your pre-purchases before your cruise, you actually get points for that? We're not going to touch too much on that. Kurt is so salty on that. He could fill the ocean with salt. But you can, you can purchase, when you purchase your spa stuff, when you purchase your merchandise in the stores,
when you book
when
a
you,
year or more.
when you book a year or more out, you
And
get
it's according to
additional
the
points.
You know, like if you do even which level you book. If you book the Bella, if you book a Fantastica, and
Look at Scott, Josh and Chastity had an room.
no diffuser though.
You know what?
They
Wonder
should
what
have.
Lori did to get that.
I read about it. They're supposed to have been in the room for them. That's why when we were in there, when we got to go look at their room, and let me tell you, an awesome room.
They had an amazing
Yeah,
room.
I'll leave that
They
to
had
tell
a
you.
sofa in their room, but anyway, I'm not going to go any further because they should be able to tell their
Marsha
own
just
stuff.
wants a chair.
You know,
I was okay.
I don't want a little footstool.
Y'all
to put my
saw
big
our
butt on.
room.
I'm just saying, it was
Ooh.
beautiful. It was
Oh.
beautiful. It was beautiful. I'm not complaining.
I've had a lot of folks ask us about her video, and thank y'all so much
thanks
for
watching that video.
and commenting.
I did have to go to work early. In fact, I was at work by 8:15.
Before 8:30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
8.
Thank you ever so much.
Oh,
there.
thank you, Jen.
Let me see what it says. Just in case something towards me. Let's see. I'm talking about PMA.
Oh.
Okay. And
Okay.
let's see. Positive mental attitude. That is true. How about you cheer me up with a classic Curt on the phone?
Ooh, classic. She wants the
All right.
classic.
Let me get to
one.
that because she has to run.
Yeah, she's got to get on her thing.
Which one is it?
Hey,
Which one
Ron.
is it?
Good morning.
I think it's this one. And those that are new here, that's how we thank you.
So sorry. Thank you. And they're like, we're never watching this channel again. Infinite Ocean View was awesome. I'm not going to talk about it because I want them to be able to talk about it. But wow.
Really, I like that. I liked where we.
I liked our room.
I was fine. I mean,
I use earplugs.
we stay in interior, so.
Can I tell you, it felt like an interior, but with a beautiful view.
And it's like Kim and Scott's interior. I was like, oh, that's a nice size interior. And I know it's for accessible, but it still was pretty
Very
good.
nice.
Very good interior.
Yeah.
Let's see. Folks are saying hello to Ron from.
Yes. We need to talk to, we talk a lot to Josh and Chastity, but we don't talk shop as much as we should because I love that logo. We need to talk some stuff with
Good
them.
morning. Driving to college orientation for that. Well, that's
congratulations,
exciting.
Daniel.
Yeah,
that is so exciting.
Exciting. Yeah.
And it's going to be fun for you, Ron, when you drop him off and can head home, and then it's an empty nest. Sad.
Okay.
Anyway, sorry. Went down that road.
Let's see. John Gaylor said, all I can think about with that video is hand sanitizer.
It does. Can I tell you, when he was touching all over that pole, I was like, Kurt, you're going to have to wash your hands. Wash your hands after that. And he did. He used a lot of hand sanitizer after that. We had a lot of pole dancing going on our trip, so we may get some new videos out of it. Just saying.
There was several folks.
There was multiple people on a pole at one point. In the middle of the
Be careful
street.
there, Josh. Headed to work there.
Have a great day.
The question was, what should be on a cruise island's a private island to make it perfect? And it looks like the one that won was a lazy river. And then we have a tie between a pool with swim up bar. And y'all really got to have specialty dining.
Hey, wouldn't that
on
be
there.
cool to be able to set? I'm thinking open air, open air where the breeze goes through. No birds, because there's a lot of birds on this island that would like to steal your
Seagulls.
food. Seagulls
We
come
watched
and
them.
take you. I mean, you go, oh, I forgot my drink. You get up to go get a
You
drink.
gotta go
you
get
come back,
condiments or something.
No food left.
It'll pick the plate up and carry it. Yeah.
We saw some there was a bird that went and stole
Seagulls.
a lady's bun.
It's a seagull, Marsha.
They weren't all seagulls; they were different sizes. But yes, the seagulls basically went, stole a lady's burger bun, and took off with it.
Well,
was interesting.
it picked it up.
It picked it up.
She's never mind. Plenty of free shade. I can't believe they really would. The second one is tied for second is specialty dining.
Yeah, I think it would be really cool.
Well, mostly for some of these other private islands, it might be nice if you have the drink package that works also on the island.
I would like
saying.
I would like an app that worked on the private island and the ship all at the same time without having to switch anything around.
I wish they'd build like a little dome thing, make sure nothing Wi-Fi works when they're on there myself. Just eliminate it.
Curt, you just need to stay in your lane, way over there.
Positive mental attitude. I'll do better without the Wi-Fi.
Hey, Jen, Curt will be watching your video. Your show today.
I can make
See,
anything
some
positive.
Positive mental attitude.
Yep.
All right, what time we got? We got more time to chat?
Yes, you do.
Okie dokie, let's do it then.
Oh, she's scary.
I walked through there, through that area. They have bathrooms, so they have decent bathrooms. They're
talking
not
about Ocean Key.
At Ocean Key. They are not air conditioned. It's hot. So when you try to put on a bathing suit or take off a bathing suit, don't. One moment. Anyway. They have two buffets now. We didn't even realize they had the second buffet, even though somebody had gone up on the lighthouse and could have seen it. We didn't know it was there.
When you're up on that lighthouse.
So I stood in line a good 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes to get my food, and the new buffet was pretty much empty. We could have gone to it. It's something about those yellow umbrellas that made it look hotter.
It did. It did not look cooler at all.
It probably was not, but to me it looked hotter up there. When we found it.
They had the yellow kites covering the area where you eat at. That's what she's talking about.
And when I say kites or umbrellas, it's
umbrella
huge pole. Huge. How big is it? It's a huge pole, and it holds this umbrella up. Huge umbrella.
You heard her say it. Huge pole.
Over. Anybody that watches our videos will find out differently because we have something special coming up.
I don't know what she's talking about right now.
You know what we're talking about.
No, I seriously don't.
What do we do while we're on the ship? That I talked about that to everybody on the ship. Yeah, you know.
Let's see. Will says, I think they could add yes, I agree with Will on this.
I do too.
On Ocean Key, they could
add some bathrooms.
Maybe, yeah, because there's none over there.
Not where the bar. Well, no, there's one across from the bar.
Lighthouse. Keep one near any of the drink places and stuff like that. Definitely.
I would like to see, because you could pay to ride around the island and get a tour of the island. Well, when Curt and I were first going to
up until
the private island, there were many times, in fact 5 times that we went, that we rode around on that little golf cart and got a private tour of the island.
Now they charge you for it.
Now they charge you for it. How dare them?
No, you getting off here? No, I'm not getting off at this stop. We're gonna go on. He kept asking.
He's like, get off of my
All right,
cart.
we got to get off here. The show right now, and y'all run over there to jen.cohen. Yes, I did. Okay. We thank y'all again. I don't know if we got anything talked about when it came to Ocean Key.
Nothing really.
Wasn't planned out really that well. Thanks. But we will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. And everyone have a good day. Run over to jen.cohen. Tell them you came from here.
Happy Friday Eve, everyone.
Thank y'all again for everything. See you tomorrow, guys. Bye-bye.